What's the world come to when everything's going the way of the gun? What's the world come to if life is a shadow of what has been done? I want you to know, don't take it slow, just come undone, and the sin will take hold. I can't hold it back, it's too much to ask. You know the way, up to the task, but please don't ever say, what's the world come to when bullets are all that you can understand? What's the world come to when all that I touch will leave blood on my hands? I want you to know, don't take it slow, just come undone, and the sin will take hold. I can't hold it back, it's too much to ask. You know the way, up to the task, but please don't ever say, what's the world come to? What's it all come to? Nothing to see through. It's all been spoken, shattered and broken. What's the world come to?
Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're at the end of the game, I believe. This seems like the final boss, let's be honest. But yeah. I'm sure the final boss will not take us the entire stream. For the time remaining on stream, I feel like, well, two things really. Either one, we're already on lock for the good ending. Seems unlikely, but we might be. Then we could go back and try to get the bad ending. More likely, we're gonna get the bad ending, and then we can spend the rest of the stream using one of my save games to go back and try to find how we get the good ending. I mean, we know chances are it's going to involve the duct tape. That is an item that was specifically hidden in the church, which you could only get with the hammer, which means you could only, I mean, I guess you get the hammer after you, like right before the school. So I guess you technically could have gone back to the church through the normal entryway and already go get the duct tape. So I guess, but in reality, chances are you're gonna get the duct tape only when you're back to the church for the final encounter. So I'm assuming you have to either use the duct tape somewhere in the church or there's gonna be backtracking involved. You mean the huge Leviathan monster? Nah. Yeah, that's just a normal enemy. We're gonna meet a couple of those. Just shut up the dude. No, we'll just shut him up, the big monster. We'll just tape his mouth shut. Shut up. I love the first time we went here.
Finally, the chosen ones are both here.
I control you.
Just
Dead.
as you foretold,
Like,
my Lord
okay.
Nautilus. The Wild Burger twins have come to set you free.
Give me back my sister, Lucia.
We've seen
We're
this
not
cutscene,
taking
but
part in
let's,
this
you know,
twisted resurrection.
we'll watch it
Poor
to get
child,
into the mood,
think
you know?
You can resist what has already been decided.
I'm not
Tough shit,
infected with your
bitch. Doesn't
puppet
work.
virus. Your mind control tricks won't work on me.
I don't need the virus to control you, Caroline. I've been pulling your strings all along.
You're delusional.
Am I? See how the flesh of Nautilus beats fiercely within its confinement? That's all.
Add in the
thanks
streams,
to
I'm
you,
like a true
my
professional.
child.
Want to go straight in?
Remember the
We can do that as well.
entities you killed, Pighead and Dr. Hart.
But what if you don't remember the lore?
And the Harvester. Each of them was a vessel that held a fragment of the soul of our Lord Nautilus. Only you could have made that journey to the other side and broken open those vessels, Caroline.
What?
You played your part perfectly. And now my plan is almost complete. Those soul fragments are reunited here within the seed of Nautilus. And his essence is poised to bring salvation upon our realm.
Haven't you seen the effect that thing has already had on this town? Is that the salvation he'll bring to the rest of the world?
I shall be the guide and emissary. I have taken steps to harness his infinite power. Now come, join your sister. I need you and Anna both to activate the mechanism that will...
And this cutscene is way longer than I remember.
You are the heir
What I
of the
remember from
blood
2
of
days
the
ago,
ancient
this seemed to be
guardians.
shorter.
And this is your destiny.
Forget it. You can't make me.
You're trying my patience, young lady. Do as I say, or I'll make your sister open her throat from ear to ear.
Stop! Fine. I'll do it. Just don't hurt her, please.
Just step up to the pedestal and place your hand on the touchstone. You have been a loyal handmaiden to the cause so far. Help us in this final act, and you will not find Nautilus ungrateful in the bright future you bring to pass.
I love
This is
how she's so sure
What makes you think
about
you can
Nautilus
harness this demon?
helping
The
her or
puppet
whatever.
virus has been injected
Yeah, he's gonna
into the
love that you
seed
help him.
and is already assimilating with his essence.
I don't give a shit, boy.
The reins of his will.
I don't give a
just as
shit.
firmly as I do Anna's.
Do you ever listen to yourself, Lucia? I don't think you have any concept of what you're dealing with here.
Hush now, child. Now it's your turn. Place your hand upon the touchstone. Do it now.
You'll regret this.
Oh, Lord Nautilus, rise from your eternal slumber. I am your loyal emissary, mighty one, who freed you from your unjust
Watcher gets skewered
exile.
by the wall. Do it.
Now is the time to shine your light upon the world. Strike down this blasphemer!
Blast that bitch.
That was a mistake, demon. I'll send you straight back to the other side.
I don't know how to dodge that. Really? Damn, shotgun sucks. I guess we'll have to use the big gun, but we definitely didn't have enough ammo. Keep using. Oh! Keep using the big gun. Woo! Dodged. He still hit me? Oh, but what the fuck? Do they actually aim at you? Dude, that's weird. That was fucked. Do they actually aim, or do they have set paths that they follow? I don't even know. And they couldn't have made it a little closer, huh? I think I've been walking longer than I was in the boss fight. And this time we'll skip, right? Let's watch it again. Well, okay. I mean, big gun. Here it is. Oh, I tried to dodge. I was too slow. So it actually does aim for you. That's right. Let's do a full heal. So that's a one shot. So that means oh, the lightning. Oh. That means I can shoot 5 tentacles with his gun. What if he zaps himself? Don't work that way. Good. lowest fucking frame, last frame possible. Pry this bitch ass open. Chainsaw this bitch. Okay. Now the big problem is he has his laser beam now. Which did insta-kill me last time. But I guess it doesn't now. Get dodged, bitch! Damn, he's getting a little aggressive, eh? Getting a little spicy here, eh? Oh, what are we looking? One more bullet? Alright. Oh, get dodged! Okay, so we're out of bullets for the big gun. That's unfortunate. That's crossbow. Is that the second strongest I have? I think. I wonder how strong the hammer is gonna be. Like, what if I just use my hammer on the tentacle? Hoppa! Full heal this bitch. Okay, shotgun. Okay, one crossbow, two shotgun. Not bad. That's a good combo. Let's shortcut this to here so we can quickly switch. Again? Oh! Again? This fucker. What am I missing? Do I need to do anything? Oh, come on. Was that it?
Go back to the abyss, Hellspawn. And give my regards to Lucia.
Damn, dropping the gun? Now what? Oh no. Hurry! Bad ending, we're gonna die. Stuck in the bunker. Dude, now watch. It's fucking Miguel. Audio bug because of the menu. Yeah, that threw me off. I was like, well, is he gonna shoot or not? And then the graphics didn't appear. I was like, what the hell? And then it shot me. Laboratory. What happened? Did we need to cryo freeze ourselves to survive? Wait, is there still more to come in this game? That would be crazy. Like, welcome to the year 5000. Or is this past me waking up? I don't know. Huh? What the heck? Or is that my sister? No, right? We are Caroline. Or she put her sister in the cryo tank? Is that what happened? I feel like they look alike. Is it me or is it the sister? I can't tell. Oh no. The emotional ending ruined because I cannot tell if that was me or my sister. So is that the good or the bad ending? I mean, it looks like a bad ending to me. Because I died. Those are clean bones. It's like you sacrificed yourself, yup. Ooh, we unlocked something. C rank. Ending, bad ending. Oh. Wait, you guys can't see it. Hold on, let me hide myself. Playtime, saves, enemies. I kind of love these stats, even though for me, they don't mean shit. Like, I don't really care how many enemies I've killed, but it's funny to see, you know, like, it's fun to see. Bad ending, huh? All right. Yeah. What, no trophy for the bad ending? Wait, I thought at least I was gonna get a... Oh shit, what if there's a spoiler? Like, oh, I didn't even find all of their diaries? Sheesh. Man, I missed a lot, huh? Okay. Oh my god. That's disgusting. Complete the game using only one health item? That seems difficult. Maybe duct tape can prevent the door from closing? What is making the door close? Solve all the key combination. The puzzle key. Didn't I do all of them and there's more? What did I miss? Using a mirror. Oh, there's like a hidden... Oh, maybe that... Wait, I feel like I've done this. Why haven't I gotten this trophy? Or maybe, hold on, maybe things like this, because it says like 63% of people earned. That feels like it's like just the first time you do it in the game. Maybe it's because I had the early copy. When I did this for the first time, it didn't trigger a trophy or something. Feed Pighead. I defeated him though. Did it just not trigger a bunch of trophies? Yeah, dude, it's not. Look, finished the game getting the bad ending. Well, I did. Yeah, I'm just not getting trophies. Is that it? Damn. What the fuck? End the game without using the map? That's crazy. Just have to use a map on your PC monitor next to the game then. Maybe the update screwed it up. Maybe. That being said, yeah, because I feel like I've got most of these diary entries anyway, right? It's weird it didn't count them. But the reality is, no, there's all these other, you know, there's like tormented mode and whatever. I feel like if I were gonna do a run of the game for trophies, I'll have to restart the game anyway in tormented mode. So a lot of those missed ones you'll probably just get, like, regardless. It's unfortunate though. Can't look at the map. Fuck. So there was two things I wanted to try for myself. Because here's the thing, right? I want to give it an honest shot myself. If we're like, let's say the last 30 minutes of stream, or maybe at like 10, maybe the last hour of the stream, if I haven't found it or anything near it, maybe I'll just look it up. Because here's the thing, I'm not gonna do multiple streams of trying to find the good ending. I kind of just want to know the good ending, and I want to give it an honest shot at figuring it out myself. But I also just want to see it at this point. So I feel like I want to give myself enough time to look it up, execute it, and then finish the game. Can only hope the good ending isn't logged behind decisions you made a long time ago. Yeah, that's true. Though, and I guess this might be a spoiler in terms of what I need to look for, is I did read. That's the only thing I knew. That's why I'm having the multiple save files now. Is apparently whatever you need to do for the good ending, you need to do between, like when you finish the whole school section and you're going back to the church, that's apparently when you need to do something for the good ending. Now, of course, that makes a lot of sense now. That's when you can get the duct tape. So we're still kind of back on this, because basically that probably means you need to make sure you get the duct tape. Otherwise, you cannot get the good ending. Okay, we have the duct tape. Now what? There's two things. One, either there's something in here, you know, like you said, the door closed. Is there any way we can prevent the door from closing with the duct tape? Option number two, there's something outside of the church, or maybe in the normal church, or there's something out there in the world that you can use the duct tape on that, you know, is like we've probably done, but we didn't have the correct item at that point and we just moved on, something like that. And you just forget about it because it's so long ago. That might be it as well. For now, let's run back. I think we can go all the way back, right? I don't think we're locked in here. Or something with Miguel. Yeah, where is he? Where did he go? That's actually a good point. The last time we've seen him was in the school, I guess. Because the old lady, that was the old lady was Miguel's mom. Miguel stayed behind because she died. There's also the time travel. Maybe you could have done something in the past. Is there a thing in one of the past stuff, or in like the other world stuff, that we couldn't do? Let me think. Hold on. I feel like I want to see the map. To like... The thing is, in this place down here, I feel like there's not much room. Like, what could I have missed here? I kind of feel like I want to go back. Like, just thinking about the bunker is like... There's only so much to do here. But maybe a little bit back. I don't think since we've been here, we haven't gone back in the bunker. Maybe there's like something a little bit back here that we forgot about. Man, I kind of forgot how many elevators we took. The long elevator. What a thrill. Where was the doll? Hold on. Actually, I am remember. There was a doll. I remember there was a doll with like a broken neck. Yes, there was a... Hold on, hold on. It's coming back to me. There was a doll with a broken neck. I remember trying the pliers and the barbed wire and shit and nothing worked. Hold on a fucking second. Where the fuck was that? That's so long ago. For sure that has to be it, right? That's the only thing. That's literally the only thing on the top of my head. I mean, not at the top of my head, but that is something I 100% remember that we did not fix. God, where was that? Was that in the school or was that even before? Was that in the past or was that in the other side world? Oh my god. Fuck. Well, we have no map here. What was the... Where does this go again? That's the way out, right? I mean, I guess there's another way out. Going back. Maybe this faster. God, remember this when we first went outside? We have a map though. Hold on, hold on. So the doll. Was that the cemetery? No, right? It was definitely indoor. Must have been the school then. I mean, let's just go. School. There was the time travel thing here, but that was only for the plant. You could only walk around in the courtyard. Girls' restroom. There was a otherworld thing here, but that I don't think that. I mean, at this point, see, the problem is I remember the doll. I literally remember the side of the head and trying shit on his neck. That's what I remember. I genuinely don't remember where or if it was past or other side. It definitely was not in the normal world. Right? Or was it? If it's in the normal world, we're kind of fucked. Was it in one of these classrooms? We've been through so many of these. It all kind of blurred together at some point. Because there was a guy holding his hand. There was like the other... Should we just explore the school? Because I feel like before the school we did the cemetery. I'm 100% sure it was not in the cemetery. That feels like not the vibe. And before that was the processing plant. This might be, but at this is so long ago. Because that was before I played Ninja Gaiden, and I don't think it was that long ago. It must be the school. I feel like we need to go back to the school. We gotta go back to school. That's also the place with like the most rooms and stuff where shit could be. God, I hope, dude, imagine the doll is there, but like it has nothing to do. Like fucking imagine it has like nothing to do. Plot twist, we never left the school. God. Hell no. These games never happened. She woke up and nothing happened. Oh. There's also a chance because I walked back from like right before the final boss. There is a chance that whatever we could have done is like not relevant anymore. Like maybe I need to load a way earlier save game. Though I guess the only thing that really changed that might have an impact is the fact that I have the vaccine pumped in my veins at this point. Just in case I forgot any monsters and I die. You never know, right? We're shopping today at my local store, Death Stranding 2 for 20 bucks. Director's cut was 44. Started thinking it was a flop for Kojimbo. I don't know if it was a flop. I think they get a lot of money from Sony directly to make it, so they probably are in you know, they have probably a positive cash flow. I will say though, I was kind of surprised with the Game Awards. Death Stranding 2 didn't win anything. Like, that's the thing. I just finished the game. It's a great game. It's phenomenal. It's basically like the first game, but better. Like, literally on all fronts, better. But I think it's because it's number 2, right? I think maybe the Kojima solo mission is getting a little boring for people. I don't know. Still a good game. Also, I'm assuming director's cut, that's the PS5 version of the first game. I'm assuming if you're talking about local shop physical edition, the director's cut probably had a lower print amount than the original game, and probably definitely compared to 2. So I can see them keeping the price on that higher because it's like technically more scarce. So it's only a flop for Sony. I mean, yes. But look, Kojimbo is not working on new Death Stranding anyway, so what's the next thing he's doing? The OD, the horror game, which might be interesting. And then he's doing The Physint, the spiritual successor to Metal Gear. Wasn't he doing something spy related? Yeah, that's Physint. That's after the horror game. That is a long way away. That is not coming out until like... I mean, that is at least 3 to 4 years away, right? Death Stranding 2 took forever as well. The horror game seems to be moving along pretty fast, though. So if they're already internally working on Physint, I mean... We're now what? We're gonna be going into 26. I can't imagine Physint releasing before... I would even say 29. 28 already feels early for that game. They barely announced that it's an idea, so you know. Okay, let's put our thinking caps on. Music and art room. There's a part of me that thinks it's like in either the other side or the past things. For whatever reason, that's maybe it's because someone said it before, but that's kind of like stuck in my head. So I kind of just wanna, I think it's in the girl restroom here. I think I want to go here just to check it out. Just to check out that first, because I don't know, for whatever reason my brain is saying that's probably... Wait, where's the elevator? Did I just walk next to it? Nice. Man, there's an irony that the whole doll thing, the only reason I remember is because I frantically tried to use all items on it and nothing worked. And for whatever reason, that series of me trying all the things in short succession kind of like marked that in my brain as a moment that I remember. Yeah. I don't know if it's here though. I don't remember it in any case. I remember doing all kinds of shit here, but was it here? I kind of don't think so actually, because we did all kinds of other stuff here. But logically speaking, it's not going to be earlier than the school, because that is so long ago. If it is, it's the cemetery, and I don't think it was the cemetery. This is a big other side area though. Classroom. What kind of doll are we talking about? Was it a doll? I remember. So the thing that's in my brain right now is I remember a moment specifically on stream that we were interacting with something. All we were seeing was like the head of what I think was a doll. It was like sideways like this, and you could, like, the neck was open. It was like mechanical, like a mechanical doll. And the neck was like spurting oil or something. And I remember trying like the pliers, the wire, the whatever. We had like all kinds of bullshit items in our inventory. And I remember trying them all and it's like, man, nothing's working. And we kind of just moved on and never went back to it. That's stuck in my brain. Like literally, maybe we already solved it and I forgot about it. was science law, maybe one of the classrooms. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's why I'm in the school, because I don't think it's gonna be the cemetery. That seems so unlikely. And before that was before Ninja Gaiden. That's no way it's that long ago. This was with the bunny and the, I mean, not the tortoise, and the snail and the bird. Damn, it's not gonna be here, huh? Fuck. It's not gonna be here, huh? I guess we could look here, but... Thank God no respawns. Enemies now. Until now. Okay, dead end. Oh, we get... Wait a minute. Can we go to the old lady? Wait. Is it here? It's gonna be here, isn't it? What did I tell you? A fucking doll. We're gonna save the old fucking lady. We are about to save the old lady. Which room was it? The director's room, the director's office, where the old lady is dead with Miguel. Watch me tape her artery shut. Oh my god, it works. Let's fucking go! Wait, no, it's Miguel. Why is he bleeding? The body is here. Why was Miguel bleeding? Did we heal his heart? Did he have an owie in his neck that we fixed? Cut himself the pussy. They should have shown that in the bad ending. If he actually did that, they should have shown it as like a hint to get the good ending. Dude, I'm so... literally the only reason I remembered that is because of like being silly on stream. If I would have played this game by myself, no fucking way that would have ever stayed in my head. That would just be like a thing, oh, that's... we don't have the thing for the puzzle yet. And you move on and completely forget about it. I'm so glad it's in the school. We didn't have to go further back. Wait, no, we didn't need to go to the basement. Fuck. Number one. Actually, I'm glad nothing spawned because, I mean, we technically did something, so they could have absolutely respawned some enemigos. Huh? What? Someone must have jammed it close. Okay. Was there another way into, I guess, the archives? But that's a one-way. Yeah, there's no other way. This was a boss room here. So there's no way. Is it just closed off now? Is this it? There has to be more. This cannot be it, right? There has to be more steps to this. This it? I mean, we used the duct tape. That's the one item we had left. Do we think that's it? All right, here's the deal, okay? It's break time. I'm just gonna quickly do the break. And I'm gonna do a quick Google. Just, you know, just to see if this is the only thing we need to do or if there's more. If there's more, I'm gonna just try and not read it and close as quickly as possible, but what else could we possibly do? I mean, I guess how difficult was the good ending in the first game? That was pretty easy as well. Prima Guy Google edition. Yeah. Well, let me Google it right now. Torment. Souls 2. Good ending. Apply the duct tape to his neck. Before entering the final area. Maybe we were already fucked. I mean, it worked. It did the thing. Or maybe the whole he's not opening is because we're too late. Maybe you need to do it before. Maybe you need to do it before his mom dies. How fast can you do this? Like, technically, when you, but you get the hammer. Did we already have the hammer here? I think so, right? I guess you could have gone back to the church and get the duct tape before completing the school. I mean, if we have to go that far back, I mean, fuck it. Let's look at details. I just looked at the AI overview. Can't really find an explanation on if it fails. Okay, I guess we'll just have to continue and see. Because none of the guides, so from what I can find, the duct tape is the thing. That's the one thing you need to do for the good ending. Which seems a little anticlimactic, but I guess you need to go out of your way to get the duct tape. That's an optional area. Though I feel like it's kind of in your face. You find that wall very early in the game. It makes a lasting impression. Once you get the hammer and you're taught you can break down those walls. My brain immediately was like, oh yeah, there's the one wall in the church. I remember, right? So then you get the duct tape. I guess you need to remember the doll, which I feel like you can very easily miss. I wonder what we changed, right? Because, like, why? What's the difference? Did Miguel cut himself that I forgot? Or something like that? Oh yeah, I was gonna do break time. Let's get ourselves into a good position. In the neck in front of his that moment in a closed room, pretty sure that's self-imposed. Yeah, maybe it's like he's about to kill himself, but because we, you know, we patch up the leak in the other side, it's like a symbolic thing of like you're healing his desire to do that or something, which keeps him alive. Then I guess he opens the door when we try to get out. All right, let me do break time here. So we beat the final boss. We get the best, you know, the good ending cutscene. Paching, paching, stream over. Easy, boys. Which actually, if it is a shorter stream because we finished this with a good ending, I'm not gonna complain because I've had a kind of a long day. I had to wake up early to do groceries. Then right after noon, I went to the local game store. We played Commander, Magic the Gathering until like 5 p.m. Went home, had dinner, played with the cats a little bit, and now I'm streaming. So it's been like a pretty exhausting day already. Anyway, break time. Give me 5. I'll be right back. Puff. We are back. I am back in action. Oh. That was actually a great stretch. Sometimes getting up, just walking around a bit, hits the spot when you're sitting down a lot. What's up, Rio? We're going downtown. My internet went poof during the break. Great timing. It actually, I caused your internet to go poof. It's my fault. I did it on purpose. Love the Rival School OST. Rival Schools is sick. I really hope they bring it back at some point, but at the same time, you know, it's fighting games. Such a niche thing. Well, I guess Capcom has made like collections and stuff. But like a new Rival Schools, I feel like that's a hard sell. Whoops. Man, finishing this game without using the map is kind of a crazy trophy. Remember when they made Rival Schools' character as a guest in Street Fighter? And everyone, including me, thought it was a sign of a new game. Was that in 5? It was, right? Man, it's been that long. Sheesh. They could make the next Rival School a free-to-play low-budget game. I don't know if that's gonna work though. I feel like all the hopes and dreams of like free-to-play fighting games and all that stuff, I feel like it kind of died with Multiverses. Cause like that game was, you know, that game was like almost like a test, if you will. Like the entire industry of fighting games was watching. Because if that game succeeded, that was like the blueprint modern life service type game, but a fighting game. Kinda, you know, it's Smash, but let's chalk it up as a fighting game. And that failed hard. So I feel like it kind of taught everyone that, no, you should not do that. Or maybe Multiverses was just ass, because that's another thing, right? They might draw the lesson from it. That, you know, it's the free to play aspect that doesn't work, but at the same time, you know, Multiverses didn't exactly have like the, you know, the most interesting of IPs to make a Smash game. I guess it had DC Comics. That was like the most interesting part about it. And there's like fun stuff like Tom and Jerry and whatnot. But like when it came to DLC, whatever, it was like, here's Black Adam. It's like, man, you're already going that way for DLC characters, like a D-list DC Comics character. I know he's a little more popular, but pff, not by much. You use an online map. True. That's probably the easiest way. How's 2XKO doing? If League of Legends can't make a free-to-game fighting game work, no one can. At this point, it's hard to say because it's not been released yet, right? It's only on PC early access. I know a lot of streamers, like the big streamers, still play it. Does that mean it's successful? I don't know. Kind of did succeed when
Finally, the chosen ones are both here.
it was when the
It is
updated one
just
was
as
released.
you
It failed. I mean, the
foretold, my
first
Lord
time it was a
Noctis.
beta for like a
Wild
month.
burger
They didn't
twins
release
have
yet.
come to set you
So
free.
because it was like
Give me back my
temporarily, people
sister,
might have been
Lucia.
more interested.
We're not taking part in this twisted resurrection.
Poor child,
But once it was
you
a full
think you
release
can
and like people,
resist
like
what
it's
has
sunk in, like,
already
oh,
been decided.
you know,
I'm not infected with your
there's really
puppy
no
virus.
unlocking. It's all buying
Your
characters
mind
and
control
stuff.
tricks
That's
won't
when people
work
like
on me.
kind of.
I don't need the virus to control you, Caroline. I've been pulling
Can
your
disagree. It's Warner Bros. You have
strings
Looney Tunes and DCIP. Yeah, that's it.
You're delusional.
For a Smash, like I
Am
think
I?
Smash Bros. Kind
See
of
how the flesh of
poisoned the
Nautilus
well when it
beats
comes to that
fiercely
because
within
there's
its
such a
confinement.
wide variety of
That's all thanks to
IPs
you,
in the game.
child. Remember the
Warner Bros. has a
boy
lot of
disease
stuff,
you
but
killed,
like not that much
and
that's
Dr.
super
Hart,
interesting
the
for
Iron
a fighting
Maiden and
game,
the Harvester.
in my opinion.
Each of
Right?
them was a vessel that held a fragment of the soul of our Lord Nautilus.
Now we're just watching this cutscene. I don't know if
Only
anything
you
changes.
could have made that journey to the other side and broken open those vessels.
Now we have to do the
Caroline.
final boss again.
What?
You played your part perfectly, and now my plan is almost complete. Those soul fragments are reunited here within the seed of Nautilus, and his essence is poised to bring salvation
Now watch me die again.
upon our realm.
Haven't you seen the
Pay for new
effect that
characters, nothing in
thing
fighting
has
games though.
already had
Yeah,
on
but
this
it's a
town?
free-to-play game. You had access to like
Is
2
that the
characters
salvation
that
he'll bring
rotated,
to the rest of the world?
I shall
and you had
be
to
the
buy
guide
each
and
character
emissary.
separately.
I have taken
They were
steps
pretty
to harness
expensive,
his infinite power.
but you needed
Now come, join
you
your
needed
sister.
specific characters
I
because
need
each
you
character had
and
like a
Anna
type, you know,
both
like
to
a
activate
tank and a
the
DPS and whatever.
that will awaken
So you kind of
power.
were forced to.
You are the heirs
It
of
was
the
it was
blood
just
of the
it was
ancient
just
guardians,
extremely
and
shitty
this
monetized.
is your destiny.
Forget it. You can't make me.
You're trying my patience, young lady. Do as I say, or I'll make your sister open her throat from ear to ear.
Exactly what DOA did then.
Stop!
DOA
Fine.
offered a full version though.
I'll do it.
Multiverses, you had to
Don't
buy them
hurt her,
separately.
please.
You had to spend like,
Up to the pedestal
what was it, like
and
200-300
place your
euros
hand
just for the
on
characters?
touchstone. You have been a loyal handmaiden to the cause so far. Help us in this final act.
I mean, that's just part of it, right? There was like so much, was such a focus on daily missions, battle passes, like the whole, it
This is
was
madness.
full on a
What
modern
makes you think
life
you can
service
harness
game.
this demon?
The puppet virus has been injected into the
Like the
seed
bad way.
and
I
is
guess there's no
already
good way, but
assimilating with his essence.
there's ways where the pressure is a little more off.
His will,
Like there's
just as
games where you have a little more time, you don't need to really log in daily.
Do you
To
ever
get
listen
everything.
to yourself, Lucia? I don't think you have any concept of
Anyway,
what
it
you're
was
dealing
bad
with.
enough to fucking die. So, you know.
Hush now, child. Now it's your turn. Place your hand upon the touchstone.
I personally would much prefer, instead of free to play, just like a 20-30 euros
Do it
game.
now.
Just a base game of
You'll
something.
regret this.
And then DLC on top. Like if a new Rival Schools was made and it was like a little more low budget and they sold it for like 25 and then did like a season pass for some characters, that'll probably be fine.
Lord Nautilus, rise from your eternal
So far nothing is
slumber.
changing.
I am your loyal emissary, mighty one.
And I guess you could always do
who
like a free to play,
freed you from
kind of like
your
DOA did.
unjust exile.
Because you could always do like a trial version.
Now is the
For people to
time
try.
to shine your
Entry
light
point edition.
upon the world.
I feel like, especially for something like
Down
Rival
this
Schools, if it were to come back,
blasphemer.
how are you gonna get people to pay full price for that? Boing. Get fucked, bitch. Oh! There he is. Where did he appear from?
She's okay, Caroline. Anna's unconscious, but she's still breathing.
Get her out of here, Miguel.
Oh, and now
What
she's
about
not
you?
gonna be too
I
slow.
helped wake this thing.
Now she's gonna be
I
fast
have to
enough,
send
not
it back
carrying
where it
around
belongs.
dead sister
I
weight.
can't leave you to face this thing on your own.
This fight is my destiny. Just get Anna somewhere safe, please. If she dies, none of this will make sense.
Okay, so it's pretty lenient. You can just do it literally at the last. We went back from right before the final boss. So you can just do it whenever. Apparently gonna be new Mega Man, so anything's possible. Yeah, but Mega Man is like well known, far beyond like that's like a mainstream title. Like Rival Schools is not. On top of that, even fighting games, you know. Oh yeah, you need to dodge that one. Fuck! We're starting off like perfect, alright? Oh my god. Am I gonna die again? Oh shit. Shotgun? Whatever, it'll work, it'll work. What the fuck? My dodge didn't work. Ow! Oh no. Oh no, I'm panicking. Right. Mega Man was even in Smash so people know him. That's fucked. You mean Pragmata? Thought that was just a joke online. Wait, what's Pragmata? Oh my god. Okay, what's going on with their aim, dude? Their aim is too good today. Full heal this bitch. His aim is too good. Good. Actually, maybe I don't want to use this weapon because later on, the pressure is way more on. Maybe now, I want to do the crossbow plus shotgun thing. It actually aims. Shit. What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck? Is he stronger because of what we did? Why wasn't that enough? There it is. Speaking of Capcom, all I need joke is the new Mega Man successor. Sure saw the trailer. Kinda takes to them, the little robot girl. Oh yeah, the blonde little girl. Is that a new Mega Man game? I didn't know that. Bam! There it is. Okay, how many bullets do we have in the big gun? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should be good, Gene. Bring it, bitch. Oh shit. Why did he start so close? Wait, last time he always started from the same position and now he's gonna switch it up? That's fucked up. What is happening? He's changing strategy. I don't like it. Alright, let's pry this fucker open. And then we chainsaw. That was the move. Okay, now he does the laser beams. That one's the toughest one to dodge, in my estimation. Why do I was way off. Holy shit. Oh, the lightning. Okay, I'm not doing hot. I was doing way better last time. Holy shit. Okay, hold. Regroup. There we go, boys. Bam. Nice try, bitch. Whoa! Again? There it is, boys. There it is. What would
Go
the
back to
story
the
of this
abyss
game
house
even be
spawn.
for a number 3? I feel like 1 and 2
Give my
kind of,
regards to Lucia.
you know, works together pretty well, but lack of its sound effects during the chainsaw seems like a bug. Maybe it is. Yeah, you would expect it to be like or something.
Caroline, you're alive.
How's my sister?
She's still out, but I think she's coming around. She was murmuring your name.
What if it's... You dumbass. Why are you still there? Oh my god, now 3 people are gonna die.
Let's get out of here. That's the containment door.
Less yap and
Closes,
more
we'll be
running.
trapped on here forever.
That was there the whole time? We didn't need Miguel at all? Maybe little sister go back in time and prevent everything from the prior games. Oh shit, next game we're playing with the sister? That would be wild.
How do you feel?
Next game, co-op game. You can play both sisters.
What happened to you?
Co-op. Like obscure.
You got hit by a truck.
I don't even care. Now I know you're okay. I know I've made some mistakes. But I'll never stop trying if I think you need help. Will you ever be able to forgive me?
Hey, you came back for me. I knew you would. Of course, I forgive you. Now, can we just get out of Villa Hess, please? Because this was not the bougie little health spa you made it out to be.
Yes. That sounds like a good plan.
Damn, she held that one in
Start walking.
for like, how many years was it? They brought her here when it was a kid.
This is Miguel. He helped us survive this nightmare.
Hey,
He's cute. Do you think? I don't know. But don't let him catch on. He already thinks he's Mr. Smooth. Are you up for walking, Miguel? We're gonna follow the tracks.
A stroll through the countryside in the company of two beautiful women? Well,
Damn, he's playing both angles? That's fucked
how
up.
could I possibly say no?
At least choose one of them.
See? What did I tell you? So, Miguel, where did you two kids meet?
Well, there was a couple of times when your sister was about to die, and I was able to step in and bring a cooler head to the situation.
Dude, Miguel sounds
Cooler
like
head?
a douchebag,
He
honestly.
almost shot me the first time. I met.
Well, that's not exactly
Like
my
a little
fault.
arrogant.
The way
I
she
don't
was
like it.
walking, I thought she was one of them.
If you'd been frozen for 14 years, you'd be walking like that too.
Jeez, I would love a 14-year sleep.
Sheesh. I only asked how you two met.
Depends on what the devs consider canon. I mean, this game builds on the good ending of the first game. Like the optional good ending, I believe. Because like if you don't get the good ending in the first game, I think you don't save the sister, right? I think she dies. There it is. Oh boy. I'm tired. Alright. Finish the game. Big thumbs up, 10 out of 10. I really liked it. I highly recommend it. If you like old school horror games, I think this is a goodie. I think this is a good one. I think the first one is also good. This one's definitely better. This one's definitely the improvement for sure. Even if it's just with the different environments, makes it such more enjoyable of a game. Man, I wish there were more games like this. There's just not enough of them. I really hope they did the whole cursor gimmick in the next. I guess that's just how much they want to optimize for consoles. Because like, I'm sure all the extra steps you do in the, with all the interaction bullshit, if you're on a PC and you can just click with your mouse, it probably doesn't even register as like an annoyance. Because it doesn't, like if you just have to click it, it's like, it really doesn't take that much longer. But the fact that you have to do it with an aimer like this makes it all a little bit annoying. Now, hold on. I'm all for having like the thing and then at least the first time having to manually find like what you need to do. But you know, there were definitely parts where it's like, now you're just introducing unnecessary steps, like, oh, I swiped the key card, the door doesn't open yet, you also need to push the button. It's like, you could have just made that happen because it's so obvious you're gonna do that next. There are more games like this. I can post you a list in your Discord. Nah, not necessary. What I mean is, I know there's games like this, I just wish there were more good ones. There's plenty of them that are pretty bad. This one's good. I like it. To switch the batteries from the flashlight, yeah, that was also a little annoying that you needed to switch the whole time. Like, here's the thing: doing that once is a puzzle, right? Having to do that once to have the player think to themselves, "Oh, why doesn't that work? Oh yeah, I need batteries. Oh yeah, I have batteries in the Walkman." Like, make him do the process once, just once. And once you've done it, the next time you open up the Walkman, just play a little animation that they're putting in the batteries, or like just acknowledge it real quick, like, hey, the character's switching, don't worry. Like, having to do it that was stupid. But hey, it's, you know, listen to the things we're complaining about. That's such a, you know, those are small things. Those, in fact, if they wanted to, they can patch it. That's how small they are. That's not even like a design issue. That's just like something they, I guess, were adamant on having you do manually. You know, I guess because there's an immersion part to it as well. Because again, I think the first time you need to switch them, I feel like you should do that. That feels like a, you know, have the player, even though it's not difficult to figure out, that is a fun thing to have the player, you know, put one and two together. But once you've done it once, there's really no need to make them go through that bullshit every time. Yeah, I like it. It's good. It's good. It's good. I wonder what they're gonna do next. If they're gonna do something next. Because that's another thing. Was this game successful enough? I really hope it is. They deserve it. I like it. I'm kind of surprised as well that, like, I'm pretty sure Tormented Souls 1 was their first game. Let me Google that. Dual Effect Games? Yeah, it seems like those are the only games they made. Wait, hold on. It goes a little deeper, I think. No, I think there's just, hold on. I just saw on the wiki, like the wikia, the fandom wiki, that's like they helped develop 1 and are the sole developer of 2. But then like normal wiki says they are the full developer of 1 and 2. So I don't know what's going on there, but it does seem like they are all they've made is Tormented Souls. So I really hope this is making them enough money to do other stuff. But what I wanted to say is, even though it's like their first and second game, both have a PS5 physical copy, which I can appreciate as someone who likes their collection in the closet or like on the shelf, right? But, you know, I don't know how they managed to pull that off. or if that was even like successful for them. But I think honestly that's how I found the first game though. I found it in a local gaming store, picked up the box and was like, what is this? And it was like 15 euros or 20 or something. But like, man, this seems like a fun little game. And then I put it down, went home, Googled it, went back the next day. But because back then there was like a video game store on the way to work, so I could just stop when driving home. Could just stop by. It's gone though now. It's bankrupt. Dude, like I love physical games. Also, literally every local video game store is like dying out here because, you know, it's all online anyway. I don't really think there's many stores left here in Belgium that even sell physical games to begin with. There's like a couple of like the big franchise stores like Media Market. They sell some games, not even that many even. They have like a small assortment. And there's like another store, Fnac, which is kind of like basically the same thing as Media Markt. Those are like the only I can even think of that still sell physical games here. And like, of course, there's like, you know, used retro gaming stuff who kind of just sell all kinds of used video games. That's a whole other business. Maybe a little urgency wouldn't hurt in the next. No for pressure to make decisions. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that shouldn't be all the time, but it definitely wouldn't hurt to have like a section in the game that is like, you know, where like there's a, I mean, I guess a timer might be the wrong way, but kind of, right? Like where there's like some kind of, well, now you need to do something within a certain time frame, or I don't know. Or like have a part of the game where there's different stakes. Like, oh, you're unconscious and you wake up without weapons or any healing. And you need to do like a part where there's still monsters, but you have to like only evade them and stuff. Like they could still play around with it a little bit. Right? They can still make like moments where there's like a little more stress and pressure. Surprised there's been a small resurge of brick and mortar gaming stores here in the USA. Yeah, that's weird. I mean, here in Belgium, there weren't really that many to begin with. Like the mom and pop gaming stores, they didn't really exist already since like, I would even say since the PlayStation 3 era. PS2 era, there were like a lot of smaller stores around. But PS3, especially PS4 era, it was already like there was like one big franchise that had like a lot of basically like your GameStop version of you know, but like our Belgium version of that. And then there were like the big stores like your Media Market, your whatever. I don't know what the equivalent of that in the US is. I guess it's like a micro center. It would be like an equivalent, I guess, in the US, because they also do like computers and technology and like all kinds of shit, phones. Tech pawn shops are tight. Love to find gems there sometimes. Yeah, finding a good like used store, there can be some cool shit. There's like a small, and this is a little bit of an issue, like a small retro gaming store like close by here, like a 20-minute drive from here. But the fact that they advertise themselves as like a retro gaming store also means that quite a few games are pretty overpriced, or like, I guess you could call it correctly priced to the market. But the used video game market, especially for retro games, is like, there's like issues. There's like artificial keeping prices high and stuff. So I don't know. There's an issue there, but at the same time, they also have like a lot of games that are not popular, but it's like maybe it's like one of a childhood game that you really liked, or you know, like once in a while I jump in there, not too often, because there's like a couple of PlayStation 1 games that I kind of want to have a physical copy of. That, you know, like back in those days, renting games was a big thing, and I definitely played a lot of games like rented that I kind of want a copy of now. But it's not always easy to find, because like used, especially a store like that, it's not like you can order it. It's kind of like whatever they find and is available. I guess what I really want the physical copy of still, on the top of my head, Fear Effect number 2. I have number 1, but not number 2. So I definitely want Fear Effect number 2, physical copy. Medieval 2, which I surprisingly do not have the physical copy of, even though I've finished that game multiple times. I used to be on the market for like the 007 games, but I recently just found them. There was like a retro gaming store, I think last year, where they just randomly had all of them. I just bought them for like 10 or 15 euros for all of them. Like, sure, why not? So that was a good find. What else? PS1, let me think. What else am I missing? I mean, I guess there's games like Nightmare Creatures, but those are like rare. Like if I could find that one cheap, I'd happily buy it. But like to actually go on eBay or whatever, you're paying a lot, especially Nightmare Creatures 2. That one's like super expensive. That's like over 100, I think. I guess a physical copy of Bloody Roar 1 and 2 would be pretty sweet. But then again, with a lot of those stuff, it's like, would I like to have it? Yes. Would I buy it for like the market price? Because I can go online now and buy those games. But a lot of times it's like, oh, you want to buy Bloody Roar 1 and 2? It's like 40 or 50 euros per game. Like, I'm sorry, as much as I would love to have those games in my possession, I feel like that's a little much for an old game like that. Kind of to just have it. I probably wouldn't even use the disc, you know? I think the only ones where I'm like, I'll probably, I would buy it for like a proper price online would be Fear Effect 2 and Medieval 2. And those probably aren't even that hard to find. But I guess with Fear Effect, especially for the European version, you very often get like, well, it's the Italian version, it's the German version, and, you know. I would want either like the version from Belgium, which is like English, but there's like Dutch text on the box, or just the full-on UK version. The Dreamcast version of Nightmare Creatures 2 is at a decent price, but I don't have a Dreamcast. Damn, you're lucky when I get those prices for certain titles. 40. I mean, what does Bloody Roar 1? What's like the... What's that site again where you can look at the prices? Video game charts, I believe. Price charting, is that the one? There's like a... let's see. Bloody Roar. Bloody Roar 1. PlayStation 1. Disc only for $25. Complete in box about $50. Yeah. Bloody Roar 2. Disc only 30. Complete in box 66. Damn, Bloody Roar 2 getting up there. Bloody Roar 3 complete in box 40. Primal Fury for GameCube 56. But I guess that one's really popular. Extreme on Xbox 85. Sheesh. That's stupid. Bloody Roar 4. But like, hold on. Fear Effect 2. That one shouldn't be too expensive. What the fuck? When did that price hike up that bad? Holy shit. 38 complete in box. Like, I remember not that long ago, I think like a year or two ago, I was at like I was at like a con, like a Comic-Con type thing, where they had like used game, like retro game stalls as well. And they had Fear Effect 2 for like 20 or like 15, but the box was like completely destroyed, which probably means, you know, it's part of the price, of course. But I can't imagine it being like, you know, the broken box was like, you know, maybe it's like a €5 difference. The fact that it's like 40 now. But hold on, I guess it depends, because I'm looking at like the recent listings on this site where they kind of like, they try to track it on eBay and whatever, and it seems like you know, like PS1 with manual pre-owned, there's like one that went for 25, one that went for 40, one that went for 30. So it's like a bit all over the place. I guess it depends on what deal you can get. Damn, sealed mint 90. Dude, buying a sealed copy of a PS1 game now, that's crazy. I mean, that's like an actual collecting thing. Hunting Grounds for PS2, pretty sure you won't find anything below $150. There's games like that that just like, they had like a really small print amount and they've become like cult or fan favorites. And you know, those can get expensive real fast. Even with modern games you can have that, like for example, if you look at the Atelier Ryza games, you know, those with the ticked high girl. For whatever reason, if looking at physical copies, right? Because digitally you can just buy it. It's like a PS4/PS5 game. But a physical copy of number 2, for whatever reason, you know, number 1 you can just buy cheaply, like 30-20 bucks. Number 3, which is more recent, you can also just buy for 30 bucks. Like right now, just at pretty much every store you can just buy it for like 30 euros. But number 2, you cannot fucking find anywhere. That was like short printed so hard, it's crazy. It's so wild. It was just like a normally published game, but for whatever reason, the numbers in that were so low that it's just sold out and you can not find it anywhere, which is so annoying. And then on top of that, these fuckers just now, like just a month ago, they released like a deluxe collection of game 1, 2, 3. And only in Asia, they are doing a physical copy. In the West, you just only digital. Fuck you. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. So dumb. Limited run games is the modern version of that, sold out in minutes. I kind of hate that. When it's like, well, the game is digital only, but we're making a limited amount of physical copies. Just do a fucking full physical run then. Just why? Limited. Get out of here. It's so dumb. But I guess, you know what's weird though? If you would have asked me like a month ago if physical is like completely doomed, I would say yes, because like clearly even the last bastion in terms of physical console stuff, the PS5, is clearly like trying to get rid of their disk drive as much as they can, right? But like a week or two ago, was it this week or was it last week? They found out that the whole deal with like attaching your disk drive to your PS5, but then it needs to authenticate to the internet to install it, which is like fucked up for future, future proofing and whatever. Apparently they changed it where you still need to do it once, but once you've done it, now you can like switch it to other PlayStations and it doesn't need to do it anymore. Whereas in the past, every time you attached it to a console, it would need to get the signal online of like, hey, the disk drive is here, which, I mean, it's still nonsense. You have to do it to begin with. But clearly they're changing it to be like, I guess, a little more consumer friendly, which I find a weird move. And there's also been like a million rumors already for a PS6, but most of them say it's just gonna have a disk drive, which is kind of wild to me. Because my assumption would be that a PS6 is just not gonna have a disk drive. And I'm assuming it's just not gonna have the option to install a disk drive, Even the collector's editions of like PS5 games, especially the Sony ones, they just don't even come with the disc anymore because, they're selling consoles without discs, so I guess fuck you then. Digital only in Europe sucks. Dead Rising and Prototype or Fatal Frame cost a kidney. Yup. We'll just buy it digital then. Not sure if a new console is even a smart idea with the shortage we have right now. I'm pretty convinced the PS6 is it's gonna be a while. I don't think they're gonna release one like next year. That seems very soon. Again, like especially with the shortages right now. Maybe 2 years from now, I can see it. I hope the shortages are just like a fad that's gonna go away. Because it's just the AI stuff, right? They're just, they're just putting all their money into that. I kind of hope, as much as I think there's cool parts of the technology with AI, they're just using it for all the wrong reasons. Like, when someone would tell me there's gonna be like all these AI tools that are gonna replace jobs and whatever the fuck, I would think it will replace the most dumb jobs in the world. But no, they're like, well, we're gonna do writing and photos and videos. It's like, dude, that's the shit people want to do instead of their job. That's the one thing we kind of really don't need an AI for, like, at all. Have it do like other nonsense tasks that people don't like doing. But no, like so the way they're doing it now, I feel like the AI stuff is a bubble right now that is gonna explode, because it's like untenable, right? They're putting so much money in like building these data centers and like upkeeping these models and whatever, but they're not making money at all. They're just hemorrhaging money, like billions. It's like ridiculous. At some point, something's got to give, Steam Cube is gonna blow up in Valve's face, I feel. Bad timing. Oh yeah. Because here's the thing, I think they set up expectations wrong. A lot of people, when the Steam Cube was revealed, they're like, oh my god, it's gonna be like $500. and a Steam had to come out and be like, it's gonna be priced like a normal PC, which I feel like is gonna be at least 1,000, right? It's cheaper to focus on those tasks. You need the physical presence to do the mundane shit and maintenance. Yeah, and I also think stuff like images and video, like that's a very normie thing to appeal to, right? Because like the whole business model of AI right now is every couple months come out with some flashy thing that grabs headlines, and to then go to investors and be like, well, look at this cool thing we can do now. Look at our new, you know, image model. Look at our, you know, nano banana, like all the random words they keep throwing at it. Look at it. Are you sure you don't want to pump in a couple billion into our company? And they're like, hell yeah. You know, I can, whatever, generate a dancing monkey now. I love it. Here's a couple billion. Like, that's all it does. It's like, you know, it's like dangling keys in front of the investor's eyes, but it's not doing anything. Like, there's no real world use for all those tools. At least in my opinion. I haven't seen anything good come out of it. It's a toy mostly right now. I guess the only thing it's really good at, specifically ChatGPT, it's really good at stealing company internal info. Because for whatever reason, they made it a part of their business model to be like, hey, you can have a chat bot, feed it all of your sensitive internal documents, and guess what? Now your coworkers can ask the bot, and it will, like, 80% chance correctly answer the question, but also thank you for all your internal data that we're definitely keeping. Like, what? How is any company like agreeing to this shit? But apparently not only are companies agreeing to it, even companies that are like, we're not gonna do it, they have like their own employees are like, well, I'm gonna do it for myself, and just dumping sensitive data into ChatGPT. I mean, come on, how stupid can you be? A coworker of mine tumbles around in vibe coding because of AI. It's cute to see him play around. The vibe coding is crazy. It is crazy. Also, as someone who does code, you know, they keep slapping you around your head with the AI stuff. I open VB Code. Do you want to use Copilot? I open like even Power BI to make some graphs. It's like, hey, what about using Copilot to do it? And guess what? I've tried it. It has not worked a single time. Not a single time an AI has been able to make anything that I need. It's crazy how bad it is. It's like never correct. The only use I've ever had out of it is if I'm interacting with something that I'm not, like, I don't really know the syntax of it, or like an API that I don't know the exact thing of. And then you can use an AI to give you like a little framework. It's not gonna work. You're always gonna have to change it around. But you're gonna have like a framework to start off from. But I mean, at the end of the day, you'll probably just take as much time to edit the thing you've got from the AI than if you would just Google how the API works and just do it yourself. Probably takes as much time. Except in scenario B, you've actually learned the information and now you can do it in the future as well. I love it when someone asks every time a problem comes up these days, can AI fix it? And act like they solve the problem by asking that. Also notice how whenever it's a question like that, it's never like a developer. It's always like some kind of managing position dude. The most AI is being used at my company. My company, at like my job, the company I work for, right? It's not my company. But the most AI, the most it's being used for is like whenever we have like a, you know, like a quarterly meeting of like, you know, what were our goals, did we meet them, blah blah, like the quarterly checkup for the entire company, right? There's gonna be like a bunch of AI generated images of like, you know, they take like some picture that at some point was taken in the office and they make an AI version of people doing something else, or make it Studio Ghibli style or what, like something like that. There's always like some manager who's like, how can I spruce up this boring presentation? You know what? I'm gonna AI generate images of my colleagues. So I'm just gonna take their photos without their permission, blast it into this model, and churn out some images. Hell yeah. Sounds cool. And then you're in the meeting and it's like all this AI slop on the screen. You're like, what the fuck, dude? Crazy. And actually, you know what I've also seen? Because I'm kind of lying when I say there's no practical use for it. There is a practical use for it. I've seen it. The amount of Christmas cards, advent calendars, wrapping paper, all that kind of shit with AI images on it, there's so much of it. All of a sudden, there's so much of it. That is a practical use. It's not a good one. Because, like, it all looks like dog shit. But hey, I guess companies are gonna be cutting corners. It is what it is. They love cutting corners. Finding real art? Hell nah. Generate some low-res nonsense, put it on an advent calendar so you can not only see its AI, but also can count the pixels, because these things generate at like 1,000 by 1,000. It is rough out there. There's so many ugly Christmas cards. Holy shit. AI is fun for those who use it, but no one wants to receive it. Paradox, isn't it? It is weird, right? Also, yo, you know what's also crazy? There are a couple of like grocery stores here in Belgium, like supermarkets, that have just openly said, we're not playing radio music anymore. We are using a service that just generates AI music on the fly, just the whole day in the store. And it is so obvious. It is so bad. None of the music makes sense. Dude, last week we were in the store and it was playing Christmas music. But it was like, dude, it is like the fucking Twilight Zone. It's like Christmas music because it's like, it's the sounds and the instruments of Christmas music, but then the words are like about weird shit. It is such a dystopian, weird ass feeling. Like, what am I listening to? It's like, I don't even know how to explain it, because you hear the sounds, it sounds like Christmas. It's like the bells and the thingies, like the typical Christmas stuff, but it's like, it's not a real Christmas song. It's so weird. It's like watching a robot wearing a skin suit, and it's like, it looks like a human, but it is clearly not human. It's so weird. That's what it feels like. It's like you listen and it's like, my brain recognizes Christmas from this, but it's not. It's weird. Oh, that's so fucked up. And literally the reason why they do it, it's not because it's better, but literally, because it's not copyrighted. Guess what? We don't have to pay royalties because radio play is like syncopated or whatever it's called. So I think most countries have like an organization that pays out royalties. So they track, radio play in stores, and whatever stores need to pay their part for playing music, and that entity is then going to pay it out to the publishers and the artists, which is something notoriously every store, bar, whatever has to do. They have to pay for the music that's being played in their establishment. And these grocery stores are like, people are not listening anyway, let's blast some nonsense so we can just not pay artists. If they could, they'd play white noise. That's how bad it is. If they could, they'd just play white noise. Wouldn't notice it because I use headphones, but I bet they save a lot. Things are gonna get used to it in a couple of years. I hope I'm never gonna get used to it. The problem is, I don't see myself getting used to it because even though most pop music is kind of slop in its own way, it still makes like sense in some way, right? Like it's still made by a human who makes associations between things. There's like a logical order of things in those songs at the very least. Like the AI songs, if it was just instrumental, it probably wouldn't be as jarring. But the fact that they also generate voices and lyrics, first of all, you can hear the voices. It just sounds wrong. You can pick it out immediately that it's an AI voice. But at the same time, the moment you pay a little bit of attention to the lyrics, it is just nonsensical. It just doesn't, because, you know, because that's how AI works. It doesn't know anything. It just creates like a simulacrum of things before it without context, without anything. So it's just things that sound correct, but if you actually look at it, it just does not make sense. You're still in an aware state, grow up with that, and it's normal. Ugh, I fear for that. Dude, that is, to me, that is pure dystopia. The fact that there's people that are like, well, I don't care that my music is not made by a human. Like, to view at something like music or art or whatever in such a detached way from like what it is. Because like for me, music is only good because someone made it, because they had the idea, they put meaning in it, and then they perform it or make it or whatever. Like the fact that someone, there's like a logic to it, there's like a certain state or emotion put into it, whatever that is, that's what makes it good. But the fact that there's a growing number of people who are like, I don't care about that. If the keys are jingling in front of me, I am smiling. If I hear the instruments, as nonsensical as they are, doesn't matter. I hear the sounds and the colors. That's all I need. That is wild to me. And it's happening. There's like multiple AI artists on Spotify that have like millions of followers and like millions of listens. And obviously some people just don't even know it. They're like, that's a great band. Too bad they're not touring yet, because they don't exist. It's crazy, his voice is so different every song. What a talented guy, huh? Good enough is a lucrative strat. I think that's where the big issue is for me. Every time I see someone like aggressively defending AI for making art, the only thing they ever talk about is, well, now more people can make money off it. When I feel like the goal of art is not to make money though. I think it's cool that an artist has the potential of making a living off of it, but the pursuit of it, like, you know, I can pick up my guitar and play music. I don't need to make money doing it to enjoy that and to create art. I don't need that. But when you use AI, if you use the music generators, the image generators, whatever, 9 out of 10, it's either you're just playing around with it and you're gonna get tired of it in like a week, or you're probably trying to make some kind of money out of it. And that is kind of fucked. It's like completely, it's like making a product out of something that really should, like art already before AI was kind of like, you know, the fact that you need to think about it in a capitalistic way kind of ruined it in a lot of ways, but that's neither here nor there. With AI, it's just so much worse. I don't know. I'm just very anti-AI, I guess. Or let me rephrase that. I'm very against generative AI specifically, because that's another thing that I kind of, I mean, good on OpenAI to like hijack that word completely. There's normal AIs, like just machine learning and stuff, that is actually really cool and useful and like crazy good technology we need. But that generative stuff, and especially applied to art, oh my god, I cannot wait for that to die so fast. Holy shit. Artists are usually known to be poor, so art usually never sold well. There's a few exceptions that skew people's perception. Yeah, and I think a lot of the very rich artists, they're probably not rich because of their music, but they're rich because they got popular, and then they did a lot of like merch and marketing, and you know, they got like the makeup and like the deodorant line, like they got all the sponsorships and whatever. That's usually where the big money is. But yeah, the fact that artists, I feel like, you know, they're known to be poor, I think that's not a failure of artists, because, you know, the reason that's the meme is because, well, people still do it, right? Like the fact that, oh, artists are always poor, yeah, but they're still doing it. So clearly there's a pull towards that creative that is not just money, but also it kind of speaks to how the system we've built currently as a society rewards the wrong things. Because I feel like if I think of a utopia, right, which I always look at it this way, society as a whole should be moving in the direction of what we perceive to be utopia, right? And I feel like in utopia, we would not be doing meaningless jobs, and we would be doing a lot of creative stuff if you feel like doing that, right? We should be pursuing things that make us happy. And the fact that our current society is not rewarding things like artists and is rewarding like business and fucking extorting people and like all that stuff just tells me we're on the wrong track as a society. But hey, that's just me. And AI is just, I feel like AI is just a perfect like example of like the culmination of that mentality of like, we will not value the creative, we will value the cutthroat cost saving stuff. And now we made this thing to apply that on artists themselves. Now you can just make cheap images, cheap videos, whatever. It's rough, I feel like, because it's also sad, even from a corporate level. The fact that the Coca-Cola truck commercial has been an AI video the last 2 years is a shame. Even though I don't really feel, you know, I don't really care about the bottom line of the Coca-Cola company, but at the very least, the yearly video where they actually did the thing, filmed it, it was like a whole, it was also like almost like a tradition, and it was in a way like a small wholesome thing in that giant corporate mess. And the fact that now that's taken away just because they can save like a couple pennies in their like bajillion million business. They have money for it. Like, it's Coca-Cola. They are printing money. They don't give a shit. And yet they can't even do the one thing people look positive on for Coca-Cola. The one thing. They're like, nah, we need to fuck that shit over too. Crazy. AI games are the future. That's crazy. Every time I see a video where it's like, look, AI made this game, and it's just like a video. It's like, it didn't make a game. It generated a video of a fake game, which we are definitely gonna see in the background of TV shows. When like a kid is playing a video game, they're not gonna put a real game on that. They didn't already do that. There's already so many fake games in TV shows and movies that someone like had to make. They had to make a fake portion of a game to show off in a TV show. That's gonna be an AI video now for sure. 100%. Pretty sure they do it for the shareholders that sign they adopt to the future. Ugh. I wish the stock market didn't exist. Like, actually, how much better would capitalism as a whole work if shareholders just didn't exist? Or like the idea, because that's the thing, right? The whole, what's it called? Like the shareholder fiduciary responsibility, that law where shareholders have the final word. You always need to handle in the interest of the shareholders. Like shares and whatever existed before that, and it ran honestly way better, because the actual people who ran the company could be like, well, no, we're going in this direction because that makes so much more sense for a company. But now shareholders can be like, nah, you don't get to do that. Do the money thing. We need more money. Money. I feel like that's a bad way to run companies in general, but hey. And I think it's obvious, like, the fact that the term enshittification exists, the idea that the longer things exist and are being made by a company, the worse and worse they get. I feel like that just perfectly encapsulates the issue. Man, this turned into a fucking doom talk, huh? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Let's put a positive spin on it. I would be perfectly fine with generating AI images, videos, and music if every time you generated a song, the AI company would pay every single artist in their model. You know? That to me is the biggest problem. If, let's say, an image generator, if they created a model filled with only images they have express permission to use from the artists, and pay said artists whenever the model is being used to generate an image, then I would be fine with it. But that is not what's happening. Isn't that what certain apps do now? No. Most models, because most models that are out there are just wholesale grabs from whatever they can get. You know? Like even ChatGPT and stuff like that, they even downloaded all transcriptions of YouTube videos. Just like wholesale grab all that shit. Same with the video creation things. They just grab, because the thing is they need more data, right? Because what I'm saying is utopia, right? If they only include people who want to be in the data set and pay those people whenever something is being generated, that would be perfect. Except it would never work because they would never have enough data. You know, I don't think enough artists would want to do that, especially right now. They kind of poisoned the well. Yeah. Pretty sure saw that most popular music generation app has a contract with artists, publishers. Yeah, Suno. I know. There's two of them, and they each have a contract with a different publisher. The problem being, they're paying the publisher, not the artist. And I don't think, but this is something I don't know. I haven't read too deeply into it. I do not think the contract is to pay out the artists whenever their data is being used, or just in general. I think it's to include in the apps. You can generate a song and then be like, and I want Beyonce singing this. That's why they have the contracts. I don't think it's to pay the artists. I think it's to specifically train on the artists, and then to let people generate music specifically with those artists. And I guess when they specifically use an artist, I'm assuming there's gonna be money involved for that artist. I fucking hope so. But the general model on which Suno has been trained is not gonna change. Because first of all, if a publisher now is, well, okay, so pay out all my artists. They don't know. The model is just like this big heap of data. They can't figure out which is being used or not used, right? So they would have to remake the entire model with only the publisher's music, which again is not enough data to make a usable model. So I don't know how they're gonna pull that off unless they get a contract with all music ever in existence. That is gonna be an issue. Our creators use AI in their game, I heard. It's fair use, I feel. Small studio, no. I mean, I guess it depends. They did it for voice. So to me, it all boils down to this, right? Again, if these AI apps would just pay the fucking people they train on, I don't think people would have that much issues with it. If someone was like, hey, we generated some voice work for our small indie game, and then everyone who's in the voice model got paid for it, you know, even if it's a little bit, if all these companies use the AI, it's gonna add up, right? Like, then I think everyone would be fine with it, because indirectly you're still paying the artists. Because, you know, as much as people want to say, well, this is going to replace artists, well, okay, let's collectively, all artists, stop making art, remove all our art from the internet, and let's see how long it takes for all these AI things to completely fail, because they need original art to keep their models working. The moment they need to use AI art in the model, it kind of like devolves into bullshit. So, you know, right now AI is destroying artists, like especially their livelihood and stuff, but it also needs them to keep existing. It's kind of like a self-destruction thing. it's really weird in that way. Like, it's totally dependent on the artists that it's trying to replace. Crazy shit. So again, if they just paid people, but they're not gonna, because it would not be, that would not be a feasible business model. I think it's just one of those things where I think the concept is fine. Again, if you pay people properly, blah, blah, blah. I think the practicalities of it right now wouldn't really be possible. I don't think it's financially possible to do that. So I think those companies just went with, we're just fucking doing it. Like the whole idea of do it now, ask for forgiveness later. Instead of asking permission, they're like, we'll just fucking do it. Cat's out of the bag. And fuck it, solve it later. Who cares? But hey, it is what it is. Yeah, I like Call of Duty using it. I feel like all of these things are just gonna get normalized more and more. You know, because like even in places where, you know, like Magic the Gathering, a card game, they've been pretty adamant of saying none of our art is AI generated. That's cool. Excuse me. Except they hire artists to make their art, right? Those individual artists use tools to make their art, like Photoshop. Some artists don't even know, but they're like, oh, I made this cool image. I want to fill in the background a little bit. Let's use the generate tool in Photoshop. They don't necessarily understand that they're using an AI model at that point, which then they do it, it gets sent, it, you know, they don't catch it over at Magic the Gathering, it gets printed on a card, boom, backlash. Whoa, AI art on a card. You told us there was not going to be AI art. So it's like, as with a lot of things, you know, maybe top level corporate at Call of Duty was like, well, we're not going to do it. And then like some small artist was like, I just need to make a little stupid image. Let me do it. Let me prompt that real quick. Because that's how it goes. I'm curious how it all going to evolve. Because again, if they can find out, that's to me the biggest thing. I think the technology behind it is kind of cool. That's the big problem with it. The technology is really cool. I just hate that it's being used in like this anti-creative way, where technically they could make it where it would benefit artists quite good, but they're like on purpose don't do it, which, you know, that's the part I have issues with. It is what it is. We'll see how it evolves, right? Or if it crashes, because that's another, as good as all these technologies get, as much as they might figure out a way to pay everyone fairly, even if that's all true, the fact is these models are so intense to run, especially at the scale we're doing it now. The data centers are just ginormous and they're not profitable. Like, that's the biggest issue. These companies are just not profitable, and they're like investing in a circle. At some point, something's gotta give. Something's gotta give. ChatGPT goes porn, they will survive no matter what. I mean, right now, ChatGPT is like hemorrhaging money. They are not making a profit even close. I don't know what they need to do. They are on record of saying, we're just hanging in there until we have like a breakthrough that is going to make us so much money it doesn't matter anymore. But like, their current model is not going to be profitable ever, because it's just the practicalities of it don't allow it. So, you know, either something happens and there's a breakthrough and, you know, it's all good, or that shit is gonna come down hard and fast, and that's gonna be rough. If it all crashes and burns down, economically speaking, that's a big issue, because like the stock market isn't like the top 10 companies, aren't there, like they're like almost all AI right now. So if that bubble pops, that's like, it's kind of like the housing crisis back in the day, but like 10 times worse at the moment. That, you know, as much as I want AI to die, I feel like that would be disastrous, because that's a ripple effect through everything then. So we kind of don't want that to happen at all. Anyway, man, Remember when I said the stream was gonna be shorter? Fuck. Anyway, boys and girls, let me wrap it up. Because I'm tired. And I also have to get up tomorrow. Anyway, good game. Got both endings. Good shit. Loved it. Too bad the trophies are not working, but whatever. Maybe a new game will fix that. Yeah, I'll be back on Friday. Actually, I don't know what we're gonna play. Actually, you know, I do know. Tomb Raider 3. That run is still not done for whatever reason. We're still not done with that game, so we might actually just do that. Yeah, good shit. All right, have a good one, and we'll see each other on Friday. All right, take care. Bye.